Collin Gosselin is speaking out to the press in regards to the Gosselin family. Collin has talked to the press before, talking about his relationship with his siblings and also his mom, Kate Gosselin, but now he has come out once again to give an update on where he is in life and his relationship with his mom. This isn't the first time that we've talked about Collin, so we're going to get into a little bit about what he said in the past, as well as what he's had to say right now in the current state of this family. If you ever saw or heard about the TLC reality show John and Kate Plus 8, then you'll know Collin as one of the sextuplets featured on the show. It was a complete hit, but in the end, it seems the family suffered as a result of it, and over the years, more has come out about what happened behind the scenes that came between this family, all while cameras were rolling. The show detailed the lives of John and Kate as parents to sextuplets and twin girls. The show ran for several seasons from 2007 to 2017. Parents John and Kate did split in 2009, and following their divorce, Kate was granted full custody of all 8 of their children. By 2016, John claimed he hadn't seen all 8 of his kids together in 3 years. He said he had only seen a number of them at one time, but never all of them at the same time. He had also shared that their eldest daughters had stopped coming to see him. He said it was just the sextuplets that visited him, and then over time he noticed that his son Collin had stopped visiting him altogether, and he thought that it was because he just didn't want to come anymore, but that ended up not being the case. In 2016, Kate had revealed that she enrolled Collin in a program away from home due to his special needs and behavioral issues. Collin has since come out to say that he felt that he was sent away for different reasons than the ones that his mom gave on the show, which was that she was not able to, with her own resources at home, meet his needs. Collin said that he began to tell his teachers that his mom was abusive and that he was telling people that there were things going on at home, and felt like he was sent away to a place where that kind of information would just not get out. And Kate denied the things that Collin has been saying, but that was what he was saying was the reason he felt he was sent away. He says that he was in a really dark place living away from home at these facilities, and that he had not been in communication with his mom or any of his siblings that live with her since he was sent away. He ended up reaching out to John to get some help while Kate had him sent away, and that began a long legal battle between John and Kate over the custody of Collin. John said that he spent millions of dollars fighting to try and get Collin out of there. While all of this was going on though, John and Kate were also arguing over the custody of one of their other children, one of their daughters, Hannah. It was later revealed that Hannah moved in with John full time, and she has now come out to say that it was because she didn't like what happened with Collin and chose to live with her dad, and John was allowed full custody of her. In December of 2018, John was granted sole physical and sole legal custody of Collin after Kate and her lawyer did not show up to their scheduled court hearing. Collin ended up moving in with John and Hannah remains one of the only siblings to keep in contact with Collin, and also their dad. Once the sextuplets turned 18 is when Collin began speaking out to the press about what happened to him, revealing how hurtful it was to have been sent away and lose contact with his other siblings, and feels as though his mom has painted him in this narrative to his siblings that is not true. And last year, the family was in the press a lot as Collin, Hannah, and John did a lot of interviews to talk more about the family's history. They were also part of a Vice documentary that certainly didn't paint Kate in a good light, as they talked about how she sent Collin away. But whenever they would be interviewed, Collin would talk about how he planned on moving forward in life and wanted to be a Marine. But recently, it's come out that those dreams might not come true, and it's at the hands of Kate having sent him away years prior. In a new interview, Collin said that he is currently not in the Marines anymore, and revealed that he was discharged towards the very end, right before graduation. He says they looked into his history and discovered that he had been institutionalized when he was younger, and that was the reason for them letting him go.
I am not any longer. No.
Was that a choice of yours, or did they ask you to leave?
I was discharged.
You were discharged?
Yes.
Why you were discharged?
I was towards the end of training, very close to graduating. The paperwork was looked into, and they found out that I was, in fact, in an institution at one point in my life. And see, they don't need any deeper reason. Being in an institution, that's good enough for it to,
To discharge you.
Discharge, right. It was the fact that I was in an institution, and that's That's it.
Though he did say he was trying to work and get the decision appealed, and that he has very few wishes in life that would top being a U.S. Marine. But until this can become a reality for him, he's decided to go to college, attending Penn State and majoring in finance. But people have since heard this, and some are once again calling out Kate for having sent Collin away, feeling like she's continued to destroy his life and affect it even into adulthood. Though last year, after John, Hannah, and Collin spoke out about Kate sending Collin away, one of the older kids, Maddie, came out to speak on the reasonings as to why Kate sent Collin away originally, defending her in a post on Instagram, accusing Collin of having physically threatened members of the family. She said, "I never wanted to have to speak up about this in order to allow my brother the ability to live privately after the conclusion of our family's TV show, but I have been overwhelmed by hate messages in the last few days, and I feel I must set the record straight. I do not owe my allegiance to any persons who has physically threatened me and every member of my immediate family, some incidents as recent as last year. Further, I will never allow someone who has exhibited hateful and even violent behavior towards others based in their racial identity, gender identity, or religious beliefs to be in my life. Kindness, tolerance, love, and acceptance are core values in my life, and I refuse to compromise them for anyone, even my brother Collin, who has unfortunately made his opinions very clear in private. For me, there is no further conversation to be had about rebuilding relationships with anyone in my life after reaching the point of physical violence and hate speech. I cannot speak any further on why Collin has done these things, just that I have witnessed them. I've had hundreds of people messaging my private accounts with the most hurtful words you can imagine in the last few days, all without knowing the full truth of what we've been through. I'm asking for peace and privacy and no more hate mail going forward." Now, she wasn't only coming out to defend Kate. Obviously, a lot of the siblings were getting a lot of backlash because they were no longer in communication with Collin, and a lot of them were just getting tons of messages with people being like, Collin wants to reconnect. He's saying to the press that he wants to talk to you guys again, that he loves you guys. Why are you guys ignoring him? Kate is brainwashing you. And so this is why Maddie came out and said that. Kate later came out to praise Maddie for sharing this on social media and coming to her defense to tell people why she sent Collin away, standing by her decision. And Kate wrote, "My son Collin, whom I love with all my heart, has received multiple psychiatric diagnoses over the years. For the safety of myself, his brothers and sisters, and for his own well-being, he was placed in a facility following years of outpatient treatment, which proved insufficient for his needs. The decision to admit him was made by emergency room doctors following one of his many attacks/outbursts, this one involving his use of a weapon. Fast forward to the present day, and following John's removal of Collin from treatment, my son's unpredictable and violent behaviors have sadly continued, and regularly towards John, Hannah, and others around him. Collin's distorted perception of reality is one of the many issues that he has always struggled with. As many people who have family members grappling with mental health issues can attest, it is rarely and sadly surprising when complete fabrications occur, and is just another heartbreaking facet of this fight." But when recently asked about what he would say to his mom given the chance, Collin said that he would just tell her to pursue the truth, and that he just wanted to stop and doesn't want this battle between them anymore.
My siblings very, very much. I would never hurt them. I would never trash their names in the media. But what I do believe is that my mother is behind things that they say in the media. She's behind their opinion of me.
Really?
I think if we knew each other today, we'd be very good friends. I would tell my mom to, just like I always like to do, just pursue the truth. I just wanted to stop.
He's once again claiming this to all be untrue, what his mom has been saying about him. He also once again was sending love to his siblings, saying that he does hope to reconnect with them one day in the future. And I will say that something interesting is that despite all this negative talk surrounding having been on a reality television show in the past, he did say that he was open to the opportunity in the future, saying that he would be down to go on reality television.
Would you ever return to reality television again?
I think there's a good possibility.
Really?
I don't know as a full-time thing, but I think I might as well use that name and, use the history of it and just return to it.
Now, I don't know about a full-on reality show about his life, but I could see him doing something like The Challenge or Special Forces, something like that, since he was training to be a Marine, maybe even Survivor. Something along those lines I think could fit him, and I I do feel like sometimes they're always looking for like a reality show star, like a former reality show star to come on. So maybe that'll be where he ends up. I don't know. But John has also spoken up about being on reality television before in the past, maybe something with him, Collin, and Hannah. But I don't know. I just don't see the three of them doing a reality show, but I could see Collin doing a reality game show. But I certainly want to know what you guys think about all this, what Collin had to say recently, all that has transpired in the past over the years. Let me know your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.